Landless. All India level data goes to 71%. If 71% Dalits are landless, where do they go? They turn out to find new employment, and thus they go to urban areas. They migrate. They migrate trying to find no networks, no connections, nobody who they know. They just show up on a railway station trying to find the next good job or trying to find wherever they can go and survive. They have their kids who are growing, and these people become the urban beggars of our society. The migrant Dalits who go to urban areas are the people who are begging on streets. Add to that now the Adivasi population. Various castes among Dalits perform various kinds of jobs. The entertainment, the circus that we see is belonging to a specific caste of that society. Indian caste system has made sure Dalits remain the beggars of this society. And they always want you to be beggars, be it the question of reservation or be it the question of economism. They want you to be on the receiving end. They want you to go and beg. But we are now asking to subvert that. We don't want to beg. We don't even want to petition. We tried for 70 years. Now we want to try something else. And we would like to challenge and question the overarching dominance of minority communities of India. How the hell a 3% Brahmin community owns 50% of India's resources? Unless we address that question, we will not be able to address the question of Dalits or Adivasis operating on a different spectrum, or whichever organizations they are. We should try to make a conversation, frank conversation about how caste is interpreting the discourses. How much of Dalit or Adivasi students constitute in the Indian student index in UBC? In Montreal, in McGill, or Harvard, we are doing at Harvard now. Because this is the question that will clear the air that people have been gasping, because they use the post-colonial lens to tell us, you know what, the white man and white woman were a problem. Only? Or you were also complicit in that. They will not talk about their own ancestors being complicit in stretch of the British colonial or any other regime. And every society that is post-colonial, quote-unquote, had their own Brahmins of society as well as their own Dalits. The Brahmins of society used and sold the Dalits of their rich society, be it Africa or be it Latin America. The lower caste and the subaltern caste continue to suffer the brunt. When the colonial armies or colonial regime went, these people were still living in safe and secure places. The condition of Dalits, what Ambedkar said, that the masters, the colonial masters will go, but the native masters will still be there. We will still remain the slaves of this society, and we cannot afford to leave the society. At least in my lifetime, I will make sure that not only my slavery, but the slavery of other oppressed people across the world is created when we will talk to each other on the terms of our experiences. And I really hope the Ambedkarite group here makes contact with the oppressed population here in this country and try to educate each other, try to learn from each other, and try to see about the survival tactics. How did they fought, and how can we create a cohesive world for all? Unless we make the aggressor on defensive. We have to put the person who is committing crime upon us defensive in the first instance, rather than being defensive on ourselves at the first. Because when we become defensive, we become responsible for whatever actions we do. Now it is about time we turn the order. Like Marx turned Hegel upside down, Franz Fanon turned Marx upside down, Ambedkar turned all of them upside down and brought to us a new phenomena through the language of Buddhism, talking about egalitarian ethos that transcended every other boundaries. Gave that nectar that was more radical, that was not meditative only. Ambedkar's Buddha is a social revolutionary who is walking, who is spreading the message, and who is actually challenging the intellectual Brahmins to fight intellectually. How much can you deal and how much can you talk about egalitarianism and the absence thereof? And therefore, when we talk about Baba Saheb Ambedkar or the various varieties of thoughts that he has put forward, we have to be also cognizant about the internal contradictions that appear within forging Dalit as well as other caste solidarities. It has to be not a purposeful solidarity, but it has to be an organic solidarity with a devoted and committed purpose that I love you as a fellow citizen of whatever country you are or whatever humanity you belong to. The struggle of Dalits need not be only hetero-patriarchal struggle, it has to transcend the sexualities. We have to take the LGBTQ community, the trans people to be part of the struggle, and unless this broad-based alliance become part of informing a caste-based solidarity, Dalit lives will not continue to matter. And therefore, when we talk about Dalit lives matter, it has to be not only Dalits, but every other oppressed life that has been oppressed across various regions and across various reasons. But yes, the scourge of Dalits has been on the brunt. They have carrying all of these burdens for so long. So when Dalits speak, they will speak for themselves, but also they will make sure other voices are represented in their echoes. And when time comes, they will step aside and give chances for all other marginalized groups in forging a common unity against this wretched regime. Thank you.